Okay, everybody. Today is June 21st. This is the multi-large working group bi-weekly meeting. Let's get started for what's being done here. Amy, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So we have started working on migrating the web fleet over to Kubernetes. Right now, what that means in reality is we're working on how we'll need to reconfigure the Ingress Nginx to be able to handle web as well as API. And that means they can each have independent health checks. So the plan will be to get this tested on pre. That will probably happen. It might be more like next week with release and on-call responsibilities. But once we have that running on pre, we can set up a test with the web fleet on Kubernetes on pre and evaluate how it works alongside the VMs. So that should give us a really good idea at that point of if there are any other migration blockers. But we're hoping we paid down most of those during the API service work, but we should know more in the next week or two.
Cool. I checked the board for development. Looks like right now we don't have any blockers on that board, so looks good. Let's keep eyes open. Since this is bi-weekly meeting, so whenever the team runs into blockers, just let's collaborate in the channel, in the Slack channel.
Yeah, will do. Great.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, discussion item that's from me. So we still have the testing Git in Kubernetes. We still want to working on some of the challenges of the engineering capacity. So I talked to various people offline during the last 2 weeks. So ZJ actually responded to me that he will be the DRI from the Git team, and we'll try to join this meeting from next instance. And the bullet B is, I think we agreed in last meeting that delivery, distribution, and QA teams will collaborate with GitLab on this testing. So I know there are different challenges from these teams, but basically we need to collaborate on this testing and not the ZJ himself alone. My question is, who can every team manager give me a name so that the ZJ knows that who to reach out to collaborate on this?
Just to kind of clarify, so are we expecting that the first iteration is that we'll try and set up like GitLab running on Kubernetes on somewhere like pre and test what that looks like?
I think there are many things need to be done here. First, for that epic, we need to articulate what testing is necessary, then figure out what testing environment we need to build, and then execute. And also the software side is get and GPT ready for all the testing scenarios, or we need additional testing scenarios and tools. So that epic should capture all of this. We want to get started from there before we actually kicks off the testings. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah. So I think from a delivery side, ping me on this because I think we'll pull in sort of people across the team. And then once we know what the actual hands-on tasks are, we can prioritize those around work we have in progress. But I expect we'll have involvement from a lot of delivery team.
Yeah, indeed. So we need a collaboration here because first we need to sort out, what testing is to be here, and then the environment, both the hardware and software. Okay, please, yeah.
I think from the quality side, Grant should be the go-to. He should be well aware of what's going on here. Grant, is that okay with you?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to assist the GitLab team and any other team in setting up GPT and how that works. We've got documentation for it, so the team should hopefully be ready to go if they read for that. And whatever environment they set up to test GitLab and Kubernetes, they can just use that. But if they have any questions, just reach out to myself or my colleague Nalia. We'll be more than happy to answer questions about it. So yeah.
Thank you, Tanya and Grant. So if EMs. Stephen, let me know offline if you have somebody.
Yeah, I can tell you now. I'd rather have it come to me, and then I can balance it with who's available. Cool. Similar to Amy's model, right? When we understand more specifically what we need to do, can get assigned.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, my question to Mark and ZJ. ZJ cannot join, of course, he already said that. But question is, what additional information may help GitLab prioritize this and plan this? Anything you need from this working group?
You know, honestly, I don't know right now what ZJ is going to need. I believe he says he has enough information to get started on it, so he'll probably reach out to you or Amy or whoever else he needs information from as he begins work on it. He's willing to take this on. He's actually kind of excited about it. So I think there's a great start there, and we'll see. You know, I'll touch base with him tomorrow and see if there's anything else I can get for him.
Sounds great. So let us know, or either in the channel or here or in the meeting, let us know what you need.
Thank you.
The team is here. We want to collaborate on that. This is a non-trivial task.
Yeah.
And maybe
Cool.
just sort of follows into maybe at that point you may not have an answer, Mark, but I was just wondering, like, do you have any rough ideas on timings, certainly from like the GitLab side, when this might be prioritized?
I believe ZJ is taking it upon himself to add this to his workload. So it's up to him and his workload. It's not coming out of the product workload right now. So I am not really in charge of scheduling it currently. If we need additional resources, then I will probably get more involved. But for now, he's offering to take it on himself. So I'm going to let him
Okay,
speak to his
I can chat to
workload.
him about that. Yeah. Great. Because certainly it would be, I think what we are expecting is that it's probably, GitLab probably isn't in a state where we can sort of just straightforward migrate into Kubernetes and everything will work. So I think factoring that in, like, it would be good to know as soon as possible, like what work we need to plan, like whichever team, not just GitLab side, so that we can, like, we don't end up with a pause in the migration pipeline.
Well, I think what it is right now is that we have an unknown set of unknowns. Nobody has quantified if it even works. It may just run. Now, again, that's one extreme. It may not work at all. But I think until we have a set of knowns, I think any sort of schedule is probably not worth pursuing too tightly until we understand the work involved. It's very hard to scope work, or it's very hard to scope a schedule without the scope of work.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, I meant more like the scheduling of the discovering the unknowns.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, agree.
Excellent. Thank you.
I do want to call out, we do have instances of it not working.
Right.
So we have those edge cases that we already have to put in place, develop the tests for, and push to see what's the cause of that failure. One of those things is something we've seen on VMs in the past. It's just more drastic when done inside of a container inside of Kubernetes.
Excellent. No, I agreed. I don't assume it's going to work. I think what we're trying to do is it goes back to the scope effort. I think until we dig in, it's like peeling the onion. You're not going to know what you're going to uncover until you start uncovering it.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so we are on the same page. We just want to discover the unknowns. At this point, there are many unknowns.
Yes.
Cool. Anything about this? That's the last topic for today. So it looks like we can call it a meeting. Have a good day, everyone.